the initial kickoff of our nutrition. This is specifically for the nutrition challenge, but this is really going to open our suite of nutrition for the athletes that I know that you guys have been asking for. And then we, as an ownership group, we want to present to you guys. So you guys all, most of you probably met Mark, our anniversary party if you haven't. She's our local nutrition legend. She's got plenty of background. I will let her introduce herself. But like I said, this Saturday, so we're going to do our best to respect your time. There'll be a 20 to 30-minute presentation followed by all the questions that you guys want. So we are live or recording, so we're just going to record this because we know that there's people here that aren't here that wanted to be here. So if you guys will send out a link to this if you want to watch it again, catch anything of this. If there's anything else, you want to do the floor.
Awesome. Thank you for that awesome introduction. Hi guys. All right, I'm going to talk. Can y'all all hear me? I have a pretty loud voice, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm really excited to be here, and from athlete to athlete, you cannot outrun a bad diet. I'm just going to start by saying that. And I say that with a lot of passion and confidence because I spent the majority of my life, the majority of my athletic career, trying to outrun a bad diet. And really didn't think that it was going to make a big difference until it did make a big difference. Until you start being told, especially as you get older, a lot of you guys are younger than me, but as you get older, you start to get told that this is just your new normal. Well, you've had children, you're this age now. So this is just what's to be expected. And I'm that person that always likes to dig a little deeper, and I wasn't okay with that answer, having been an athlete my whole life. And so when I started digging a little bit deeper about 4 years ago, I realized the one thing that I didn't want to hear, which was I've got to get my nutrition dialed in if I want it to match up with what I'm doing here, with what I'm doing in the gym, with what I'm doing with my body physically, right? Because you cannot push your body physically like y'all do here and not be dialed into your nutrition, depending on what your goals are. I say that loosely because you may not have the same goals that the person next to you has. But regardless, if you want to lead a healthy lifestyle, if you want your performance in the gym and in what you do to actually progress and progress past a plateau, because we all progress when we start moving our bodies differently, but you'll get to the point where you literally will just plateau in your physical capabilities, but also you might start feeling little things like fatigue and poor sleep and mood swings and belly bloat and just some of that other digestive stuff that I'm going to talk about in just a little bit. So I'm going to start and open this up with just sharing a little bit about inflammation and what inflammation and how that affects the athlete. And then I'm going to go into what this challenge is going to pertain. Okay, so I'll get through this pretty quickly. I could talk on this for hours because of the research and just the personal experiences that I've had, but I want to respect our time today. I do want to give you guys chances to ask as many questions as you want, and I'll answer them as best I can. Okay, so here we go. Oh, and I used to be a teacher, an elementary school teacher, so I love my flip charts, so that's why I'm using this. I'm old school. I don't do technology and PowerPoints and things like that. Hopefully you can read this. Okay, inflammation and athletic performance. There is a direct correlation there between the two. Inflammation levels are closely linked to effective recovery from exercise. Do you find yourself always sore? Do you find yourself sore for days at a time? Not just like comfortable soreness and, ooh, man, those wall balls really rocked my quad, so tomorrow I'm going to feel that. No, that's one thing, but uncomfortable soreness or soreness that maybe you've been doing this CrossFit thing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and you're constantly sore. That could absolutely be linked to the inflammation that's in your body, right? To the inflammation that's circulating all throughout your body. People with chronic inflammation were less able to increase or maintain muscle mass in a response to resistance training. Okay, so if you have inflammation in your body, and I'm going to talk about what inflammation is in just a second, you are less likely to increase your response to resistance training or even maintain it, right? If you have all that inflammation in your body. So are you finding that you're having slow gains, strength gains, or maybe, again, you've plateaued and you've gotten to the point where you're not really making gains at all, and you just feel like, gosh, why is this so hard? Every time I'm here, I feel like this kicks my ass and I'm not getting any better. Very well could be linked directly to your nutrition. And then lower levels of inflammation leads to more energy. Output increased, performance increased. Okay, so again, the connection there. So when you feel good on the inside, when your body is doing what it is supposed to do, when you're recovering at night when you sleep, and your hormones are all having that opportunity to recover, then your body can operate like the machine that it was intended to operate like. Okay? Maximum gains and performance when you combine nutrition. All right, so what causes inflammation in an athlete's body? Intense workouts. There's a difference between acute inflammation and chronic inflammation. Acute inflammation is the body's natural response to something, right? You stub your toe, woo, it swells up. That's acute inflammation. You have a hard workout, you get a little bit sore. That's acute inflammation, right? You get sick, maybe you catch a virus or some kind of bacterial infection. That's acute inflammation. When that inflammation goes unchecked for too long, it becomes chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is what leads to just about every disease in America and in the world, okay? Especially autoimmune disease, which that's a whole other topic that I could get into, how you can literally reverse your autoimmune disease with nutrition and movement, period. I'm 100% confident of that, and I've helped many clients with that, okay? So if you're someone that has thyroid or some sort of autoimmune thing going on, hormone, IBS, something, y'all, that can be reversed without medication and with nutrition and proper movement. So an intense workout, yes, it's going to give you some inflammation. Most likely it's just going to be acute, but if left unchecked, it'll turn into chronic. Overtraining, not enough mobility. Woo, I know that my job here is not mobility, but let me tell you what, I know your coaches and I know they're encouraging mobility, right? If you're not doing mobility and all you do is come in here and hit it hard and lift heavy weights, you are building inflammation in your body and you are not releasing that inflammation. And that will affect your athletic performance and potentially turn into injury. So that's a whole other soapbox that I could get on. Poor nutrition, not eating enough calories, not eating enough of the right calories. Gut health, taking too many supplements that are effing up your gut, okay? I could talk for days about supplements and the crap that is put into so many supplements that are marked as, this is for athletic performance, this is for this is for that. Most of it's crap, okay? And so what we are actually doing is buying these things and taking these things, taking these shakes and doing these bars and doing all these, some pills and whatnot, thinking that we're helping our athletic performance when in fact you're destroying your gut health and everything stems from your gut, right? And so that energy and how your body works all together is going to get destroyed because of that gut health. Lack of sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, or if you're getting really crappy sleep, like you're waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, right? And some of you ladies out there that have had children, you might go, oh, well, it's just my new normal with the kids, and I gotta get up and pee, and things like that. I get it. Y'all, I have 5 kids, okay? So I understand, I feel you, mamas out there, you can still have a solid night's sleep. You can still even get up in the middle of the night to pee and go right back into solid, healthy sleep, right? It all comes back to your nutrition. It really does. And that affects, again, your hormones and your cortisol levels. And again, I could go into a whole other soapbox of this. Too much alcohol. Sorry. I know the Super Bowl's tomorrow, and a lot of y'all are already planning your beverages, your beverage intake, right? I enjoy alcohol too. I'm going to teach you how to do this and how to live this 90-10 lifestyle where 90% of the time you are focused and dialed in on your nutrition, which still allows for that 10% recreational. I just bar crawled a week ago, right? So I can teach you how to do a bar crawl. Like there's a strategy to it, right? To prepare your body, actually do the bar crawl, and then recover from the bar crawl and not skip a beat, right? So, but you have to wipe out all the crap in your body first to be able to do things like that. So that's where this nutrition challenge comes in. Look at this as a full body reset to actually wipe the slate clean and then then build on top of that and turn this into a lifestyle, okay? People laugh all the time. I'm like, I can teach you how to bar crawl. It's one of my favorite hobbies. Okay, too much stress. What do we do about stress? We all have stress, right? Or does anyone have a stress-free life? Because I want to be you. You have a stress-free life? Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, but how we handle stress is a big deal. Are you an emotional eater? When you are stressed out, do you turn to food? Do you turn to alcohol? Do you turn to all things unhealthy? Or do you turn to those things that are healthier? Are you managing your stress in a different way? Okay, we're going to talk about stress in the nutrition challenge. Yeah, we're going to talk about it a little bit, and ways to cope and ways to deal with it. And it means making some changes, especially to like your evening routine and how you wind down. And then, have you taken too many antibiotics or anti-inflammatory drugs like Advil, Motrin, all those things? Because what happens? We do an intense workout, we get super sore, we take an anti-inflammatory. A lot of people do that. They're just popping the Advils or doing all these things, and then they go back and they work out again really hard and they get sore and they do that. And meanwhile, your gut is being destroyed in this crazy cycle. Or maybe in the past, you've been someone that's been sick a lot. Again, a lot of times that comes back to gut health, but being on a lot of antibiotics can really affect that gut health and your inflammation. So this challenge is, I won't flip that yet. This challenge is going to do just that. It is going to help, first and foremost, get rid of a lot of the inflammation in your body, the majority of the inflammation in your body. If you stick to this for the duration, your body will literally transform. I know that sounds silly that in 7 weeks I can transform your body, but I absolutely can. But you have to be all in. There's the kind of person out there that makes changes and sticks and it lasts. And then there's the kind of person out there that tries something for a couple days and then quits and makes excuses, right? So you have to decide who you want to be. Are you ready to take your fitness level and just the health of your body to the next level or not? And that is your choice completely. There's not going to be any shaming if you don't do this nutrition challenge. But this is really an awesome way to get this year kicked off. Like, what are your goals this year? What are you wanting to achieve? Are you going to do some comps this year? Are you just here because you want to be as healthy as you possibly can be? That's awesome too. You don't have to be a competitive athlete to actually focus on your nutrition and take it seriously. What do you want to accomplish in life? Do you want to be a badass in your career, right? Because how you feel affects how you work and how you interact with people and your relationships. It literally affects everything in your life. Again, another soapbox that I could get on and talk about for hours, but it makes such a big difference. So this program, what we're going to do is your nutrition challenge. We're going to talk about what does proper nutrition look like. Because let me tell you what, there are so many different things out there, and it's confusing. One person says this is healthy, another one says this is going to destroy you. Somebody else says you should absolutely do this, it's the best thing in the whole world, and another person is like, don't ever do that, right? So what do you listen to? I've taken the guesswork out of it for you. I've been doing research for years on this, and especially with the performance of the athlete. This is something in the last year that this is what I've been more focused on. I've been working with like the normal person for the longest time, and now I'm really focused on athletes because it's such a big deal, especially student athletes. I'm getting into student athletes early on so that they don't become us and then have 30 years of inflammation that they have to deal with, right? Get it to them now. Those of you that have children, this is going to be a ripple effect in your home. And so we can talk about how do you eat healthy and also feed your family. Because that's a big burning question too, especially if you have picky eaters at home. But it needs to be a ripple effect. You can't be eating healthy and then giving them Kraft mac and cheese and frozen chicken nuggets every day, right? Like there has to be a little bit of a transition here so that your children are also eating healthy as well. That's a whole nother soapbox that I could get on, and the effects of poor nutrition and how it affects children with ADHD and all kinds of other personality and behavior disorders, and oh my goodness, that can be fixed with nutrition as well. Okay, so we're gonna talk about what to eat, when to eat it, why to eat it, how to eat it, how to balance your meals so that you're not just protein loading, right? I'm wearing a shirt that says, I love carbs. Carbs are not the enemy. Carbs are like the building blocks of the athlete's life. You need carbs, but when do you need to eat them? And what kind do you need to eat, right? We're going to talk about all that. So I'm going to be educating you and coaching you at the same time and encouraging you and giving you lots of ideas. Fuel for performance, the difference between eating to survive and eating to fuel. if you want what you do in here to actually matter, right? And so what does it mean to fuel your body for performance? Build muscle and reduce fat. Would you not say that that is a goal of just about every athlete, right? If the goal is not to be skinny, the goal is not to, whatever, the goal is to be strong and to reduce that body fat, right? Because body fat leads to a whole nother list of diseases and whatnot. So we want to reduce that body fat. And I'm not going to be strictly restricting your calories either. That is the other mistake that a lot of people make, is they don't eat enough. And when you're not fueling your body enough, guess what? Your body's going to get fuel from somewhere, and where does it take it from when you're not giving it the fuel that it needs? Anyone have a guess? Muscles? From your muscles. Yeah. Which is why, for a lot of athletes that don't eat enough, and this is men and women. Men, don't think that this is just a woman thing. There's so many men that I work with that don't eat enough. I'm like, dude, I eat more than you. This is ridiculous. You should be fueling your body like a freaking machine. And if you're not doing that, your body's going to take it from your muscles, right? And then that's what's going to lead to fatigue early on in workouts, and it's also going to lead to that plateau or even muscle loss. So you might be losing weight, and so aesthetically, you might be looking good. All those people that lose, 20, 30, 40 pounds in like a month, woo! Be wary of programs like that you're losing extreme amounts of weight in a short amount of time, because that usually is coming from your muscle, not necessarily just fat, okay? This is going to be 7 weeks, plus there's going to be a little prep time. So the sooner you register, registration is going to be open tomorrow. The sooner you register, the sooner I'm going to get you into a private Facebook group. This is just for Aero athletes. This is not something that I'm doing to the public. This is something that I have created just for you guys. So I'm going to be talking to your coaches. I'm going to know what your workouts are. I'm going to know how to encourage you and how to tell you, here's the plan for this week. This is according to what your workouts look like. Here's what your nutrition should look like. This is what I'm doing for you. Okay, so you guys are getting a personalized plan for a really small amount of money. Just so you know. Okay, I want you to appreciate what your coaches here are doing for you guys. The opportunity that they're giving you. There's going to be daily education, coaching, accountability, Q&A. You have unlimited access to me during this time frame. So the more you utilize this Facebook group and post your questions, I'm going to encourage that you post pictures of what you're eating, because that's the only way that I can coach you, is to see what you're eating. I want to know, what does your plate look like? Did you give yourself enough protein, enough carbs, enough fat? How can that way I can help you directly, right? So we're going to be very interactive on this page. And then you're also going to learn how to make it a lifestyle, not just temporary. So towards the end, we're going to talk about now what? What do we do? How do we transition from here? Okay? And again, I promise, there's no counting, no weighing, no measuring. So I'm not going to make you track your macros. I'm not going to make you measure and weigh things. I'm going to teach you how to look at what you're eating and know if it's enough. Okay? I know it sounds crazy, but I don't have time. I don't have time to count, measure, and weigh. And I'm sure you guys don't either, which is why if you've tried that method, it's lasted for a short period of time, and then you're like, screw this. I can't keep doing this. Okay? Questions? Concerns? Fears? Initial reactions?
I'm just excited that there's no counting, weighing, or tracking, because I was like, this is going to be counting, weighing, tracking.
No, girl. Yeah. No, I don't go into that. Yeah, no, I've done research on that. Yeah, that's more like when I'm working with someone one-on-one, that's something that I'll take into consideration. So that's not, because this is more of a group type thing, I'm sticking with general nutrition, general anti-inflammatory. That would be something a little bit more one-on-one. There's a lot of different alleys that we can go down depending on what someone's dealing with. So, good question though. Yes? I know, you guys have a whole refrigerator full of them. I'm gonna teach you why. I'm gonna teach you all about why. Just for I know you knew the answer. Just for the reset. Y'all, listen, sugar is a huge enemy. As sugar is spitting. But fake sugar is a bigger enemy. Fake sugar is a bigger enemy. Alternative sugar is a bigger enemy. And so that is something that as we transition and make it a lifestyle, that inspiration. But the purpose of the Fit Aid can absolutely be accomplished without drinking the Fit Aid and not getting all the extra crap that's in your body. Sorry.
Like aspartame,
Yeah.
really bad for you, gonna make it
Yeah.
don't drink.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically you have a week to get it all in. And then I'm gonna wipe it clean.
Can I ask the first question?
Yeah.
With this lifestyle, how often do you eat?
How often do I eat dessert? So dessert's not my biggest thing. I'm more of a salty, like savory person, but I have a favorite brand of chocolate bar, and so I'll have a little square from time to time when I'm just like, desserts. Sometimes I have a dessert as well. Like my daughter had a piece of chocolate cake the other day, and I had a bite of it, and I'm like, that is delicious. No way that I can eat that whole thing. Once you kind of wipe your palate clean of sugar, you don't crave it anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
But so the dark chocolate that I have, every once in a while I just pop a square and I'm like, oh, that was so
I think
good.
I'm just deep in the addiction right now.
For sure. Yeah. Sugar addiction is real. And sugar goes by over 100 different names. And so I'm going to teach you how to read labels. And you're going to be angry, horrified, but also motivated. You're going to be that person in the grocery store that's like reading everything and going, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Because that was me for the longest time. I mean, it's frustrating. And then when you start understanding where sugar is hidden, not just in our foods, but in, like, for instance, in Advil. There's sugar in Advil. There's sugar in Tylenol. Like, it's stupid how much sugar is everywhere. And so we're basically being poisoned. It's conspiracy theory. Any other
Are
questions?
you able to take vitamins with this? Like
So,
my biotin,
yeah.
collagen?
I love collagen. I take amino acids. Like, there's things I can share with you, the things that I have found, the protein powder that I use. I will share all of that with you. And I'm not a rep for any of it. I'm not profiting on any of this. I just have read a lot of labels and have tried a lot of things to try to figure out what works best for my body and the athletes that I work with. And so I will absolutely share all that with you. Some of your vitamins have more crap than good in them. And I've learned that as well. And so I can share and read your labels and see, this is a bunch of crap, but here's a great alternative.
No, and also
Yeah.
I know I'm young, but women hormones
Sure.
at a certain age.
Listen, you can 100%, I have a whole other program with premenopause and menopausal women and how to regulate your hormones naturally. I have half a thyroid, no lady parts except one ovary, and I am 100% balanced with just how I eat and how I move. No medication. So I'm like walking proof that you can absolutely regulate and balance your hormones without, and I'm, premenopausal. So, yeah, good times.
Guys, so real quick, if you need a small, I know a lot of this, it sounds daunting. If you need a small success story, Hannah and I have actually done this well. Hannah did it, and I did it lightly.
Did a version. Yeah.
Not quite this program, but obviously she knows her stuff about it, but it does work. It's really not that bad. I'm being honest. When you guys have been out to eat a dinner, you guys know what I eat. I love beer, but like I said, I think it's worth a shot. For sure, should think about it. One of the other things too is what we're trying to bring to you guys as an ownership group is Barbara's a local resource for us. Okay, she lives here, she works here. Obviously, she lives away around a CrossFit gym and a gym in general. So we talk about the page. She's going to know what's going on in the gym. Okay, she has access to workouts. She knows she's not going to tune into the Facebook page and go, oh, that was bad, that was bad, that's good. She's here as a resource for you guys to use. So I encourage you to reach out to her, and that's what the whole point of this program is. And also, obviously, most of the people in here, not all the people I think, are athletes. So this is not just for our athletes. This is extended to your families, to your kids, any friends that you have that are athletes or non-athletes. They're welcome to do this. I was taking notes. I think that's it. But I just want to stress that it would have been very easy for us to farm this out and charge you guys hundreds and hundreds of dollars and just take our portion and not care what's going on, but it's not what we want to do. We wanted to partner with Barb. She's officially a Aero, teammate of Aero. She'll be around, so I encourage you guys to use her and reach out to her. She's a friend of ours, so it's good. next Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday the 19th is when it will officially begin. So the sooner that you register, I will add you to the private Facebook group. You're going to get access to the resources to start reading and prepping, and we're going to start talking about how to get yourself prepped. You're going to get all kinds of materials. You're going to get digital cookbooks. You're going to get lots of cool stuff. A yes list, a no list. I make it as easy as possible for you.
And also, so this is primarily about the nutrition challenge. Okay? So this is really just the first building block that we're going to start with. A couple other things that we're still developing in the background. This will be coming up pretty soon for Wadlers. This will be our first kickoff. But we're going to start it's called basically a comp prep package. So for those of us that like to compete in local competitions, we're going to do a 4 or 5 week, something similar to this that's going to prepare our bodies for upcoming competitions. So we're going to know what to eat, how to prepare our body before, during the competition, and then the week after. Okay? So we're working on that. We're also working on some other fun things that we'll get more details out as we come. I don't want you guys to think that our approach to nutrition is just a 7-week challenge and then we're off the rest of the year and we'll be back in January, because that's not what we're doing. So if this is something that, obviously I encourage everybody to try this and to do this, but if you don't feel like this is your speed, there's some other options coming. So keep your ear to the ground for those. We'll be releasing those pretty shortly. I just want you guys to know that this is a multi-pronged approach. This isn't just the take over. Okay?
This is a challenge with women. How do you
So we'll have that answer by next week before you guys sign up.
We're putting that together. So we're going to talk a little bit more. There's going to be a prize. We're also talking about it not just being a weight loss challenge, because again, weight loss is one thing in the grand scheme of things, right? That's going to earn you some points towards being a winner in this challenge. But your performance here at the gym, so there's going to be some sort of like measurable workout that you're going to do at the beginning and then do again at the end. To be able to see and measure your progress, and that's going to be part of the challenge as well. So it's coming. We're going to have something fun for you. But yes, again, lifestyle, and he's just like, I just want to win. It's a good question.
We'll have all those details
You're a success.
hopefully by next week.
Yeah, you win 6 packs. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So next Sunday when we kick off, I'm going to be coming here for probably an hour and a half. I'll be here to do a weigh-in and to get you like maybe answer any final questions that you do. What? You're going to weigh in the same outfit that you're going to weigh in at the end. Okay? But we're going to do it's not just a weight though. I'm also going to be taking pictures, because pictures speak 1,000 words too, because you might only lose 5 pounds, but your body can drastically change in its composition. So it's not just about what the scale says. It's about what you look like, and it's about how you're performing. So we're going to be measuring kind of all 3 areas, because that's complete nutrition. That's not just weight loss. I'm not here just to get you guys skinny.
And to that point, guys, obviously we're going to respect your privacy.
Of course.
Taking pictures and stuff, so
Yeah.
don't worry about that. But again, this is our group, right? So this is our page. It's our people that we see and know every day. This is going to be broadcast all over Facebook and Instagram.
We're going to be cheering for each other and encouraging each other, and like it helps to do this with a team. It really does.
Don't be discouraged if it's something you already know. There's something coming up next Sunday. You guys can't be here for that. Don't use that as an excuse not to do it.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll come on Monday if I need to.
Okay, Sunday. Do you know what time you coming in?
Not yet. I'll let you know.
We'll figure it out. So there'll be something that we're going to
We'll have an
Yeah.
alternative if we need to have it.
Yes, we'll have an alternative. But maybe we'll have like a Sunday Monday or something. That way, if the weekend is booked, Monday, we'll give you the
You
opportunity.
can't make it actually happen.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you said you're doing the workouts. There'd be like this is what you're gonna eat if you go to the gym. This is what you're gonna eat if you have rest day. You're kind of on there.
Yeah, I'll give you some ideas. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because it's different. Nutrition looks different on days that you're doing heavy workouts versus days that you're just going for a run versus days that you're just doing mobility versus complete rest days. Your nutrition should look different according to that.
So these are not like recipes. These are like
You'll get recipes. Yeah.
we get
I'm not going to tell you what to
cultural
eat.
variety.
Yeah.
Like, I love
that's out of my scope. I can't say you have to do this. Yeah. Don't worry.
That sounds great.
I would say don't miss the boat, right? If you even have a hint of wanting to do this, just give it a shot.
Yep.
See what it does. It's gonna help you. I promise. Especially if you're old like me.
All right. I'm hanging out to answer any other questions that y'all have. If you have any other personal questions, you can message me directly to.
Keep your eyes on your email. We'll send out a link and all the details about it so that you guys don't miss it. Like I said, the recording, I know there's some people that already want to sign up. It's good to be here today. That's great. So use this information. Think about it. We'll be here next Sunday weighing in, signing you guys up. Get ready to rock.
All right.
Thank you guys for coming.
You're welcome.